This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. We just wrapped up the press conference today. I'm joined by Alexis of the presser. How was the private jet this morning when you flew in?
Yeah, to be fair, we've been on a fair few of them all the same. We've got our sparring done in the morning, and then to make it here on time, straight on the jet and back here.
Did you ever think you'd say those words, straight on the jet?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not my first time doing it. I've been doing it a long time. I've been doing it for like 27 years nearly coaching. So yeah, I'm used to it. Whatever gets the fighter where they've got to go to as soon as possible. We've had a bunch of guys sparring this morning and a lot of fights. So it's the quickest and easiest way down.
You getting used to it though, the private jets, the PJs? Do you call them PJs now? You're like, JJ, why are we not taking the PJ? Is that the kind of the aura now, Alexis?
Yeah, no, definitely not. But yeah, no, it's all it's all, to be fair, it's all, as much as you get nice hotels and jets and private cars and blah, blah, every fight is the same. Every fight is the same. I was in Telford last Saturday in a Telford International Centre fighting a boxing fight, and that was a 4-hour drive. Same old. It doesn't make a difference to me whether it's in private jet, back alley. I don't give a damn. Yeah. I'm ready to turn up. So.
Sounds pretty good then. Yeah, Telford. I went there for Misfits back in March. Yeah. That event. Let's go straight into it. JJ versus Tommy Fury. How do you manage to make sure that JJ doesn't peak too soon in the camp?
Yeah, we periodise the camp correctly.
What does periodise mean?
So we periodise things. So like you'd make your way up to a peak. You'd periodise it so that you get. So with your lifting, you'd drop the sets down, heavier the weight. Your sprints would become shorter and sharper. Your sparring session would be block work instead of the long block work. You'd shorten up and do just the rounds you're doing. So you start off putting a lot of gas in the tank, and then you periodise and drop set downwards to get a peak performance, to get the best of everything. So come fight week, he should be lifting the most he's ever lifted. Okay. He should be running the fastest he's ever been, the fittest he's ever been, and he should be the sharpest he's ever been. That's the idea.
So what day do you have your most challenging training session? Where is the peak? Is it the week before? Is it the Monday in fight week? What day is it?
It's always to do with the last spar. Okay. So everything, the spar sessions, we normally have 2 live days a week. Mm-hmm. And the sparring will be adjusted depending on how many rounds we want out of that day. So some day we'll have 1 guy and we'll get our straight 6 out, or we might have 2 guys and get 8 or 10 rounds out, but they might be on-off, just working for exactly what we want to get. So there'll be technical parts of one spar, and one spar will be completely live.
Okay, that's fair. Sounds pretty good then. And I was talking to Idris Berger yesterday in the interview. And your sparring is all in-house, is that correct? Do you spar the people?
No.
Or do you bring a lot of people in?
We always,
I thought so.
Yeah, we had Olympians for his camp. We have Olympians come from France and Canada.
What Olympians?
What Olympians?
Which ones?
I can't say that. No, but they're all on the Olympic team. Some of them have medalled. They're good quality sparring partners. We've got pros that come in as well from different gyms in England. We bring them from up north as well. We bring them from different countries. Basically, we get someone who stimulates our opponent, and we bring them in, and we just get some work in. It's always good getting a fresh body who doesn't know you.
Yeah. But then JJ's very hard to imitate. I think that a lot of people said that. Very, very awkward for Tommy's side of things to bring his sparring partners.
Definitely sounds like a Fury problem.
Yeah, but so was it like for you bringing sparring partners that box like Tommy?
Pretty simple. Tommy boxes well. He's a clinically well-taught boxer. So, his balance is good, his hands are good, his jab's good, his chin's always down, circles correctly. He's quite a traditional boxer, so it's not that hard to get sparring for him. Obviously, for us, we have to spar a weight division up, because obviously he's a big boy, so you're not sparring light heavyweights anymore. He says middle, but we're not. JJ's decent sized, but obviously for a cruiser, he's not a natural cruiser, so we have to bring in heavier guys for that spar.
And I thought there was a rehydration clause to this fight. I thought in the negotiation there was, and that was kind of. JJ got it.
He wouldn't fight. Tommy wouldn't fight with a rehydration clause. Okay. We had 4 months just so we can get it straight with all the. I know everyone's going back and forth. I'm a really easy book to read. We had 4 months to make this fight. He wouldn't make the fight. The weight was always a problem. The rounds were never talked about. 6 came up. He took 6. We took 6. I like 6 rounds. It means we can go hell for leather. The weight we're 170 natural fighters. We end up fighting at 175, 180 with Fournier, and now we've gone up to 183. It is what it is. He wouldn't take it at any other weight, and he wasn't going to take it at 183. He wanted 185 until we said you're losing the fight, and then he finally took it. So they're hustling for the weight, which is smart. Mm-hmm. And they wouldn't take it categorically with a rehydration clause, which again is smart. They want everything in their favour.
So it's 183 with no rehydration clause. Right. That's correct. Okay, that's quite interesting then. But when you sign, I won't talk about contracts. Contracts is where I get told off. He's going to contracts. OMS is boxing.
Yeah.
Last time he fought, was it Minicon? Last time he fought when he got carried out?
Yeah.
Were you doing his corner then?
No, actually,
you weren't. Because that was one of the first events.
One of my guys was doing his corner. Yeah.
Harry?
No, another one of my guys. Yeah, one of my fighters was doing it.
So what went wrong there? Because he walks in looking like ripped up, and then he gets stretched out. What happened with him?
Nothing went wrong because he won. First of all, so he won the fight, so that's a good thing. But what goes wrong with that type of body is it generally craves oxygen. lots and lots of oxygen for those muscles. Instead of it being an efficient running mechanism, those muscles want more oxygen, and if you haven't trained them very well, they starve and they cause you to fatigue and tire out earlier. So it's mismanagement on his part. Although saying that, he managed it during the fight, he collapsed afterwards, which I guess it's not what we want, but it isn't a bad thing because he won the fight. But yeah, hopefully this time round, he's been training much harder, he's been consistent in the gym, he's just excited and happy for an opportunity. The kid's game as hell, ready to scrap with anybody that Misfits wants, so it's quite fun.
So you think it'd be a regular thing to see Arms or Misfits? That'll be his new kind of promotion where he stays at?
I think it's a great home for him, yeah. I think it's a great home. I think he's ready to scrap all the time, and he's a fun guy, great following, and a cool kid.
Let's just step back in the camera. We're moving off it. Stay on the lens. One person I'm quite interested in, Michael Venom Page, he just told me he's unemployed at the moment. He's got no contract agreements. Yeah. It's quite funny when you call a fighter unemployed, but do you think we'll see him Misfits? Is that not kind of an ideal place for him? Or is that maybe he might go Misfits in a few years' time where he might slow down? Yeah,
I think Michael Page's unemployment tour is near an end. I think lots of companies are after him, and obviously he's a very big name. Yeah, he's more than happy to fight on Misfits. I mean, it's conversations we've had before, and we're happy to do. There's also other big organisations that want him. There's quite a bit of a contract race. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we'll have something announced by November and have him definitely fighting by the end of the year. But he's a world-class kid he's got a huge fan base. He's just massively exciting. So
I'll come down and interview him. I never interviewed him. I met him once, I think. That's it.
Yeah,
he's a tall guy.
Yeah, he's 6'4", fights at 77 kilos and hits like a truck. The kid's like, he's a solid kid.
So do you know the promotion he signed down to now? Is that all?
He's not signed.
He's going to sign to, do you reckon, or
no?
It's still up in the air. He's got the UFC, Bellator,
no. Everything's
EFL.
Up in the air. Everything's up in the air at the moment. Nothing's signed. Basically, you go into a period of contract negotiation where everyone's going to put in their contracts, and then you pick the best one. So that's where we're at the moment. So.
Okay. And Norbert's
looking fantastic. Yeah, he's out again by the end of the year. Sort of kind of the hottest prospect at the moment. So he's doing really well.
He's 6-0 going to 7-0. He's 7-0 now.
He knocked his guy out in 20 seconds.
I looked him up on it's not the box. It's like the YouTube version or the MMA version of Boxer Rack. It says Tapology. Yeah.
He's 7-0. He is 7-0. Okay. He knocked his guy out maybe 2 months ago. Very, very good knockout. Went viral 20 seconds.
He was injured for a while though, wasn't he? He was out for 2 years.
Yeah, tore his LCL. Yeah, unfortunately.
Is that unfortunate for a fighter to tour early in their career? Is that going to be lingering or?
No, nothing will be lingering. The rehab's right. It's just every single fighter goes into a fight with injury. Most go into actual competitive fights with scrapes and niggles and injuries. Like Armstead in his last fight, he went in with 2 tears and bicep tears with all the weightlifting he's been doing. Yeah. So this time around he doesn't have anything. So hopefully you see a different kind of kid.
Certainly.
Should be fun.
One last thing, prediction for JJ and Tommy. Obviously, after the face-off, most people, and 90% of the people I talk to, and 95% of people, are picking Tommy.
Yeah.
That doesn't get affect JJ at all. It just motivates him. For the first time in his career in Misfits, he's the underdog. Yeah, I think that's exactly. You're exactly right. I think it motivates him more than anything. I think that people will be shocked at JJ. He's putting in a lot of work and he's sparring the right type of guys, and he's just game as hell, and he's technically much better. He's hard to hit clean unless he loses concentration. He's been sparring really well on point. Awesome. That sounds pretty good. Then thank you, Alexis. Appreciate it.
Good seeing you, man.